Welcome back. It's Money Monday, and today we are talking about something that's never too soon to start thinking about and planning for extended care for retirees. Here to tell us what we need to know is TJ McCane. He is the Vice President and Financial Advisor at Hefren-Tillotson. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Absolutely. So tell us about extended care planning and who should implement this.
Yeah, so really who should be implementing it is anyone that's either approaching retirement or already in retirement. This is one of the areas that's probably one of the most underplanned for things in someone's retirement that can have a devastating impact on not only their investments or their assets, but also the relationships that they have with family and friends. And really what we're doing is just taking a look at not only what are the chances that you need care, but how do you plan for it? How do you fund it? So does someone want to stay in their own home? The vast majority of the time, that's the intent and that's the goal, is to try to keep someone in their home as long as possible. But if they can't stay in their home safely, or if they can't be cared for, what are the ways to transition? And again, how do you cover that care?
What are the chances that I will need some type of care?
Yeah, so the two big statistics that really stick out are married couples who reach the age of 65 together have a 1 in 2 chance of making it to age 92. So that shows that we have a lot of longevity. The second is over 70% of people will need care that reach the age of 65. And that's a large number. And it's one that, again, can have a devastating impact on someone's portfolio.
Absolutely. If I haven't even started to think about this, where do I begin?
Yeah, I think the big thing is really just to start with your own family and have conversations. We see a number of times where two spouses really haven't even talked about it. And they've kind of taken the approach that if we don't talk about it, it'll never happen. And that's kind of the opposite of what they should be doing. So it's really important to make sure that you and your spouse are on the same page. If you don't have a spouse, what's the impact on children? And really talking with them and discussing what it is that you would want to see happen if you need some type of care. The second part is making sure that you have an advisor that can specialize in this type of planning to not only take a look at what the funding sources could be or what the options are, or whether you should even decide that you're going to transfer that risk to some other provider, or if you're going to self-fund and pay for it on your own. So there's a lot of different areas to navigate from that standpoint.
And will Medicare and Medicaid play a big role in funding a long-term care event?
Yeah, that's actually one of the most common misconceptions is, well, Medicare will go ahead and take care of it, or Medicaid will take care of it. Really, for Medicare to have any type of impact on someone's care, there's very specific qualifications, and even in a best case scenario, Medicare would cover up to 100 days in some capacity. Medicaid is really a program where you have to spend on your assets and have very limited income sources in order to even be able to qualify. So it's very limiting to families and to the individual who needs care.
And before we go real quick, what is the real big risk of self-funding care?
Yeah. I would say the big risk, most people think it's the financial risk. I really believe that the big risk is the impact that it has on family and on the relationship between maybe spouses and the children. The vast majority of the time, if someone reaches out and expresses an interest to do this type of planning, if we don't work with them already, it very rarely ever has to do with the financial impact. It mostly has to do with I had to take care of my mom or my dad, and I don't want my kids to have to take care of me. We also see a lot of close families sometimes that are kind of broken apart because they have different opinions and different views of what should happen with mom or dad. So the big thing is have conversations with family, talk to your advisor, and start building that plan or building that team around you that can start planning for it.
Well, thank you so much. Great advice. So
Right.
A big thank you to TJ, and also thank you to Hefren-Tillotson for sponsoring today's Money Monday segment and for the good advice on preparing now for our future.
Some good tips. Thank you so much, Selena. Time now for one more clue from Mikey Hood before she reveals her location. Here's the clue. Stay with us for the answer just ahead.
All right, Heather, Selena, here is my final clue. It's a short one because I'm guessing that you've probably figured out where I am already. Well, this place is named after the hill that it is built into. Where am I? I'll have my big reveal coming up when PTO comes back in just a minute.